Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and today we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to be unboxing both the Death High Visionary and the Dragon Sacrifice. Now, as of the time that I am recording this, and you're probably watching this, neither of these are actually available at the moment on the Kingdom Death website. They are, however, not resin, 3D photo resin. 3D printed photoresin, I should say. So there is a good chance that even though they're not available right now, they will be again in the near future. So do keep an eye out on the website if you're curious about either of those. So upon opening both of these models up, you can see everything is all nicely and neatly bagged. We'll take a look in there in just a sec at each of those. Both models including their bases, as well as the typical trading card. Ooh, I got a first run one. I completely forgot. I got number 213. Wow. Okay, cool. And then they have the big art postcards as well. So if you haven't gotten any of these models from Kingdom Death, that's what to expect. Let's take a closer look at the models themselves. Alright, so you can see all of the parts to the Visionary laid out here. You have the assignments laying on the ground that are going to help support her foot, hopefully. Her running leg. Her arm with her school books and the sword of the hand or something. And some kind of little mascot who I can't exactly tell what that's supposed to be. It looks like Puck from Berserk, but I could be wrong. We have her umbrella. We have the main body itself, which is going to need some serious cleaning here. Now, the detail level is nice, don't get me wrong. I actually have really enjoyed all of the Death High models that I have gotten, which is, I think, all of them at this point. They've been a lot of fun to build and paint. It's just they have required a bit of extra care in terms of getting put together. And it looks like there's a little piece of hair that was not supposed to snap off. We'll have to figure that out, where that goes. Now, that was a little bit more complex. Our Dragon Sacrifice model, however, is a head. If I can figure out which is the right way. And that is not the right way. That is, you can see her face there. Her hand with her little knifey thingy. Her school books. Just going to need to get cleaned up like everything else. And then the body itself is one nice piece. So definitely a lot of cleanup involved. A lot more, I'd say, than any of the resins that I have built, at least regular Kingdom Death resins. So if you are worried about that or damaging the models, I would suggest maybe skip on these then, because they do require a lot of extensive work. And hopefully I'll be able to handle it. Let's find out. Alright, so we've got both of our Death High models all finished. I went ahead and glued the Dragon Sacrifice onto her base because she just didn't want to really stand otherwise. And I didn't realize that her, right hand is actually kind of tucked away underneath the jacket completely. I thought it actually was supposed to go in the sleeves, but at least looking at the art, it looks like she's just got the jacket completely over her shoulders, which makes more sense than, having one hand in the sleeve and one out. Actually, I kind of like this model a bit more than the Savior, which is funny. I really liked the original Savior and the pinup Savior, but the Death High one is not doing it for me, and I think it's the pose, and it just worries me that the resin, I don't know why, this time around it feels a little bit more brittle than it did in the past. So while she went together okay, I didn't actually glue her onto the base, and I'm not sure if that's how she's even supposed to go with the papers all over the place, but she seems to be positioned reasonably well. So fingers crossed I don't end up destroying it. I do need to do a little bit of cleanup before I knock her over. And I still am not sure. Maybe that's like the king's hand or something on the mascot keychain. I'm not 100% sure. Let's grab some models and see how they stand up compared to other Kingdom Death models. Now, I just happen to have our Messenger of the First Story and a Death High Preacher. And while I thought the Preacher was a little bit tall the first time around, I looked at her. I'm not feeling it now. She seems pretty much in line with the rest of them. Yeah, she's a little bit more stocky, I guess, would be the right word. But, they're all pretty much in line with each other. Outside of Death High, I don't know where you're going to find a use for very anime-style schoolgirl Seifuku uniform type looking models, but, you know, I'm thinking maybe when we finally get around to doing another Fear and Faith game, we might use them as victims or, you know, the intrepid teenagers that get themselves into trouble, perhaps. Seems pretty appropriate, if you ask me. Anyways, do not fear. If you are looking for these models, they do seem to come back regularly to the store every now and then. So persevere. Don't go wasting tons of money on scalpers on eBay. It's not worth it. And hopefully you too, if you're interested in these, will be able to get a hold of them at a reasonable price. Since they are 3D printed, they are that photoresin, they do make runs of them every now and then. So don't fret if you can't find it right away. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberling with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.